It's going to be a unique as the panelists are all our little ones. वो बच्चे जिनके लिए हम सब लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं and we keep on putting our efforts, all the discussions move around them. So the topic of this panel discussion is impact of competition on students, way forward towards collaboration and harmony. The moderator for this panel discussion is Mr. Abhishek Bakshi. May I please request you, sir, to please come on the stage. Mr. Abhishek Bakshi, Director, MIT P School. Please come, sir. Where would you like to fix the center? No, I'm in the center. All right. May I request all the panelists to please join me on stage. Nandini Sharma, Shri MIT Vishwa Shanti Gurukul. Please join me on stage. Please keep applauding. We are welcoming the young speakers. Agrani Rathore, student of Emerald Heights International School. Vinisha Vadhwani, student of Choitram School, Manik Bagh. Please take your seats, beta. Atharva Maurya, student of Catalyst Word School. And Devraj Therani, student of DPS, Indore. Over to you, Abhishek, sir.
Remove one chair.
Or I'll make sure.
Good afternoon, each and everyone present here, whoever present here. I think I should be saying like this. Obviously, it doesn't matter because it's a conversation that we are supposed to do. This recording will definitely go everywhere. So, yes, whole world is going to listen to you. It's not this audience who is present here. So, relax. And hats off, like the credit goes to Bloom, because when they came to me for a panel, I usually go around all over the India to do panels, moderating, speaking in the panel. But when they came to me, I said that I'm going to do a panel if there are students in the panel. And they agreed to it, right? So, round applause for, Rahul and his team. And definitely one person whom I actually have to give the credit is Rohit from Yuva. He was also very much instrumental in agreeing to that concept and said, yes, we're going to do that, removing all the negativity in the mind, right? So we're not going to take much time, right? But the majorly, we're going to have some conversation. Is it right? Okay, Atharva? Can you smile a bit? Right? Yeah, look at him, like he's smiling like anything, yeah. So that's it. So yes, the topic today, as you can see there, written, the impact of competition on students and way forward towards collaboration in harmony. One thing is for sure that we are not into competition here, right? It's a conversation. So you can talk freely, no one is going to judge you. No one is going to judge. That's my guarantee, right? So, my first question will be to Vinisha, right? You can take the mic. So it's a random order. It's not that, I wanted to start with you, something like this. Random order, I was writing the name, so your name came. So this first question coming to you. It's a very, very simple question. You can take your time, a little bit of time and answer. You'll be answering to the audience, right? So my question to you is, how can we create healthy competitive environments in school, within the school ecosystem? How can we create a healthy competitive environment according to you, right? Check the mic. Check that. Till that Vinisha is trying to check the mic, and I can tell you a little bit more about Vinisha. You can give your own introduction anyways, but she likes mathematics, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also like painting.
Yes, sir.
That's nice. And your favorite personality is Ratan Tata?
Yes, sir.
And you love cheesecake. I also love cheesecake. So yes. Please, you can answer now.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Sir, I believe that competition is very important for a student to set higher goals and excel in his or her career or studies. So by creating a healthy competitive environment, a student by creating a healthy environment is very important for a student. We can create such environment by promoting team projects and collaborative projects in which a student can learn from its teammates, and it can also learn soft skills such as leadership, team spirit. So by creating such environment in which there are learning from students itself is very important.
So you're saying that to create any kind of activities where a team is involved,
Yes.
and that will create more healthy environment of healthy competitions. So I'll be asking further questions regarding this, what you said. Like imagine you also being part of any kind of team, right, where you did a project or something. Is it like you failed any kind of pressure or stress by performing even within the team?
Yeah.
How to make that better? I'm going a little deeper to it, right? Okay, I agree with your point, like promoting more team activities is really better, and that will give more scope of collaboration and less, unhealthy competition. But even within the team, like though you are friends, but still there is a competition which creates stress. How to get rid of that?
So, sir, in a team there are a lot of set of students who are not good in every field. Okay. So, like if there is some task in which one student is not able to perform, if I am the leader, I gave a task to my teammate to perform that, and he is not able to do that. So, I will help him myself to overcome that.
Fantastic. A round applause for her. Like she has answered it perfectly. It is not only kind of peer learning going on, but at the same time, it's a differentiation of process going on, which is a very, very effective way of doing differentiation. Thank you so much. We'll come back to you, but let's go to our next panelist. The next question coming to Nandini. Yeah. So Nandini is, she loves chess, I know. She actually won some district level or something like that, chess competition. And when I played with her, she defeated me. That's news. So, yes, Nandini, your question is, you can take the mic. Do you think our present examination system often create unhealthy competitions? If yes, then how can we make it better? At presently, the examination that we are giving, school level, not the board, school level examination, are they creating some unnecessary pressure sometimes, unhealthy competitions? If that is the case, then what can we do to make it better? You can answer to the audience.
Yes, it is right. Examinations and all creating very much of pressure on students. We can make it better, like not focusing on marks.
Okay. Okay.
As in previous panel, also sir said that in India always people's mentality is like marks should be good, but at last marks doesn't matter this way.
So how do you think that what can be the measuring yardstick? How the teacher or school can understand who is doing well and who is not doing well? If marks is, I agree with you, marks should not be given the highest priority, but what else? Like how can we judge that? How can we evaluate?
A student should show their own creativity. Like someone is not good at drawing and something, so they can create PPT, like our assignments, like chart making and all. So we can create PPT.
Nice. So she spoke about differentiation of process. She is talking about differentiation of product. What a wonderful thing. So all the heavy stuff which teachers and principals talk about, here students are discussing this in front of you, right? Thank you so much. Even you can say if you want to say anything. Anyone wants to add something like here? Yeah. Devraj. You want, what kind of changes you want in our, assessment system?
I would say like the government also introduced NEP, right? NEP 2020 that focuses on skills more than your grades. And if we go outside India, then they also focus more on skills, whether you go for a job or anything. So rather than focusing just on grades or giving an exam, why not focus on the understanding of the child, what he or she understands?
Okay. So understanding and skill, they are two different things maybe. Like to, measure skill, there should be other process of taking assessment to measure skills, more hands-on activities, like that's what you're trying to say. Point taken. And definitely, I'm sure that many schools here they are trying to do the same, right? Okay, next question I think the next question is to you only, Devraj. So Devraj, your question, you are in grade 12, class 12.
Yeah.
I think you are in the, like the highest form of stress that you can actually feel. These are like Nandini is grade 9, you are also grade 9, so you are still there, safe zone, almost safe zone, but grade 10 and 12, you are in a pretty difficult zone now. So my question to you is, okay, where is your question? Right. My question to you is like, so there is a tremendous competition of getting into premium institutes after grade 12 and give the competitive examinations, though we know that not even 1% of our students will actually get into the premium institutes, like that's the percentage. How the students should be coping up with this kind of stress, like though we know that the percentage of cracking those examinations are very, very low, but still there is a tremendous pressure on the students. I'm sure that you're also appearing for some competitive exams. So how you should be coping up so this answer goes to the other students. They have answered mostly to the general. This I want you to answer on behalf of other students.
So yeah, as sir said in the first place, cracking an IIT exam in India has a 1% chance. 10 lakh appear, 10,000 go in. A lot of students are there out figuring out what they need to do. All people cannot crack IIT. All people cannot crack MIT or Stanford, right? Even if you're going for a SAT or ACT, you give any exam, there's always a chance you can't get to the top. But there's not only IIT or MIT that's gonna get you the best in tech, right? There are various universities worldwide. If things don't go your way, you need to find a way out. You can't just stop on your dream. So yeah, if you want to get into a university, there's a bit of stress when you're giving these exams. But the only way to cope up with the stress is, even if you get a bit of low score, or you can't score even in the toppest percentile, there are various options that you have. And not particularly focusing on the tops, you should be aiming for them. But it's not always you should be focusing on them. There are various options and they should be open always.
So there is a problem here, Devraj. You have already told those are the top things. So the moment you tell that, the pressure starts from there, right? So you are considering those are the premium institutes. Even in my question, I said premium institutes. Like, why we will be considering them as the premium profession first of all? Like that's my, because you have your friends, right? How many of them are can say like what you are saying? This is very theoretical. You are saying something very, very idle. How do you can actually start believing that no, getting into those premium institutes is not the actual option or only option that we have? Do your friends and you and the environment support that thought?
I honestly support that call. A lot of students...
It's not about you, Devraj. I'm talking about everyone. Like you mix with friends, you mix with other families, your family, everyone, neighborhood. Do our environment support that thought? That's my question.
A very less percentage in the environment actually supports that call.
That's I want the audience to listen, like that's why I asked you this question.
If you talk to your parents that you want to do engineering, right, how many of them would say get into IIT? Around, I would say more than 90%. But the chance of getting in is only 1%, right? So still the people need to understand IIT, though it's a premium institute, it has given good placements. That's why it is a top-notch university. Google takes, Microsoft takes if I'm talking of BTech, because that's my field. So that's what I've thought about. But even if you if you're in Indore, right? How many of you have studied in Indore? Anybody here studied in Indore, right? In tech? Anyone? Okay. So even if you talk to an Indori, if I would say, they would say GSITS is still good for a BTech. But most parents wouldn't agree to it. Because IIT is here, GSITS would be here. They're giving the same course. But because it's a top-notch university, all parents want the children to go there. But like I said, it's difficult to still get in. So you need to have those options. Just keeping it focused on the top is gonna increase your stress. I would go a bit off topic when I'm speaking for IIT because I've seen this a lot. Everyone has read it in the news. Kota has a lot of suicides this year. Last year as
There's
well.
already 27 this year.
Yeah, there are a lot of suicides that are happening all over India. The parents have to say that people outside India are coming here to get into IIT. Are they able to crack it? If we are not having that level of, we are having that level of maths, which is greater than US, which is greater than UK, which is greater than Australia. The Chinese have a better one than us. But are those people able to get into IIT? No, all aren't.
Very good answer. Like this is our new generation speaking. Please listen to that, and I hope that more people online will be listening to what he is saying, and it's very, very true. And the sad part is the IIT is not even in top 100 universities of India, of the world. That's the sad part. So we are giving our everything to crack that particular university, which is not even in top 100. So this is the sad part, So yes, we got your point. I'll come back to you again, pass it to, your next question, which comes to, Atharv. Atharv, again, a very basic question. We have already spoken about a lot of stress thing, like examination creating stress, competitive examination creating stress. How can you increase or improve our collaboration so that our stress, because that's absolutely a remedy of one of our panelists already mentioned that. How can you increase more collaboration into our school system so that the competitiveness, the unhealthy competition, stress generated comes down? What will be your answer? What can we do in a school more collaborative way? Right?
I would say that collaboration is like a really important element in stress management, to be really honest, because stress can be transferred, it can be simplified because of collaboration. If there is a competition which is there are categories, and in the categories there are different groups. So one person doesn't have to take stress of everyone. Everyone have their own ambitions. Like if there is a group of 4, so all the 4 people can fight together. It's not like only one person is fighting. So like that, I would say that even if it is in exams, we are studying together, we are in a class, and eventually it's just like it's success of all of us, even though the result has to be individual, but we are studying together and it has to be something which is done together.
Fantastic. A round applause for him. What he's speaking is very deep. Why can't we have an examination where a collaborative result will come out, not an individual result? Then only the real, matter. It's not only about project work or not only about, I believe that we learn competition even in team games, right? Football and cricket. So how we do that, right? Even today, for example, Shreya, if he's not playing well, Ishan Kishan will take the place. That's also competition. But who is winning? The team India is winning. It's not that Shreya Shayar is winning or Virat Kohli is winning. That's the nice approach which you're trying to say, which is a brilliant method. Thank you so much, Atharv. That's a good point. Coming to our last panelist, again a grade 9, one of the youngest here. And she is Agrani Rathore from Emerald Heights. Very interestingly, Agrani's favorite is BTS and Steve Harvey. How many of you in the audience know who is BTS? No, you not Rohit. See that small girl right here raising hand. How many of you educator here knows who are BTS? Look, this is the problem. Are you understanding? This is the problem. We cannot communicate with them because we don't even know what are the things they are liking. Yes, Rohit ji, what is BTS? Can you tell it loud? It's a Korean band, that's what you like, right? Behind the scene, right? That's the full form, I think, of the band.
It's Bangtan Boys.
Acha, band and boys. It's like a Korean band which like, especially girls are huge fan of them. Boys, do you like BTS? No? But their Olympic song was good, right? No, the World Cup song was good. You know, like I love that World Cup song. Yeah, like they are huge fan of BTS, and I like couple of songs they have done. You know, like that's good. And Steve Harvey is really an amazing person, like no doubt in it. So the question to you is like a very interesting one because I have read your short bio and I found that you are more into creativity and art. You like that. So my question to you is like the so-called core subjects, which actually even he also mentioned, like science, math, languages, social studies. Do you think that the subjects like arts and sports, etc., can be helpful in managing the stress? If yes, then how can they be helpful? How can we promote those subjects more? It's obvious that all schools do have math and the languages classes more in a week, right? Do you think that that should be changed and another kind of environment should be created so that this stress can be managed? Over to you.
Okay, so I think that as you mentioned, many people are over here
Closer.
who don't actually are good in mathematics. So what I do is I personally take maths every day almost and I practice it through many books. But you said that we can use extracurricular to manage stress, right? So yes, it's really nice that if you see that today there are only 5 to 6, like only 5 people over here who actually wanted to be a panelist. We were not forced by our schools. We were given a form, we filled it, we came here. Many actually kids think that this is a wastage of time. Why should we come here when we can just enjoy our day or study? Extracurriculums not only manages your stress but also teaches you different kind of stuff. Today I came here, it was not a wastage of time. I came here, I gained a lot of new information about the points that many people know. I gained a lot of new information about different varieties of fields. Like earlier the panel said chat GPT can be used and it's not something that you should ban. You should use it and you should teach people how to use it. So I think extracurriculum can help you manage stress and it also helps you to learn new things. Extracurriculum should not be extra, it should be important, it should be compulsory because extracurriculum teaches you skills which are necessary for you in living a life. Okay, so if I just randomly go at a shop, nobody is gonna ask me what's the value of this particular product if the value is 2x plus 4. Nobody is telling me, right? Everybody is saying it's 180 rupees, you have to give me 180 rupees. And most of the people, I am sure that they go on a shop and they do their they said, okay, this is 35 rupees, you bought all the sum. You will go after that and when you are on your way, you will calculate at that time. Nobody is calculating at that particular time, they are saying it's 35 rupees.
Fantastic. Please, a round applause for her. And she was so candid. That's actually, see, when we before we came up on the stage, we had an interaction. And I told them, and trust me, and they require real round applause because none of the questions were shared with them. Not a single questions were shared with them. It is completely impromptu. Trust me, I do moderation of all the top educators of India. They want questions one day before. Right? I'm not going to name anyone, but yes. But these students, when I told them that I'm not going to share the questions, they were okay. They were fine. Only one condition was there. Be honest, and they were fantastic here. Be very, very honest, and the real taste of honesty will be tested now in the rapid fire rounds, where you have to answer only one word. It can be yes, no also, right? One word, and the only rule is fast. You cannot think. You cannot think. So it has to be completely what you believe in, right? And it starts with our first panelist, Vinisha again. There will be 3 questions, okay? And you have to just answer fast. Do you think present system of writing examination must change? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Will you be comfortable learning from an AI-enabled robot teacher?
No.
Okay. Third question, if you are allowed to change one thing in Indian education system, what that will be? One thing.
The learning should be more skill based, not like it should be not rote learning.
More skill-based education. Thank you so much. A round applause again for Vinisha. I think we are hopefully, moving towards that. Nandini, your 3 questions. Question number 1. Do you think the major stress in students' life comes from family and neighborhood?
No.
I'm not talking about you. For all. Do you think major stress comes from the family and neighborhood or from school? Which one?
From school.
From school. Okay, nice. Mind it, I'm the principal of the school. Okay. So your next question is more funny. If you want one thing your principal to implement in school to reduce competition stress, what that will be?
Can you repeat the question?
If you want one thing for it you want to say to your principal to reduce stress in your school, what that will be? One thing. Huh? You can send me the list afterwards, but you can tell me one thing here. To reduce stress in the school.
Counseling sessions should
Okay,
be
nice.
organized.
That's good. Counseling sessions. Do you think as a girl you face more challenges and competitions in your environment in comparison to a boy?
No.
No, that's interesting. Actually, for your information, in gender equality, there are 17 goals of UNICEF, right? Sustainable goals. Gender equality is one of them. India has done amazingly well this time, and that's the reason why we have moved from 121 rank to 112 rank this year, 2023. So yes, gender equality, India is doing pretty well, at least getting better. Question set to Devraj.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Do you think our present education system support enough collaboration?
No.
No, thank you. Can you suggest one thing to all the teachers to reduce stress of competition among students? For the teachers, this is. She has told about the principal.
Okay, so you're asking for the teachers, right? How they
For the
should
teachers.
reduce the stress?
Yes.
Okay, so going to it, that will be an easy one because not
Make it short, like
yeah,
it's.
actually making it shorter one. Not only relying on books, but also what's going on around.
Okay, okay. Point taken. Do you think introduction of AI in education can increase collaboration or reduce it?
It's going to reduce the collaboration. That too quite highly.
We'll have a backstage talk on this. Arthur, your 3 questions coming up. Ready? Can you suggest one way we can reduce stress coming from digital media? The stress coming from digital media, right? Especially the social network and one thing. Tell us one thing that we can do to reduce this stress.
Counseling?
You have Instagram account?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
फोटो लगाते हो फिल्टर लगा के? लगाते कि नहीं लगाते? लाइक्स कम होता है तो खराब लगता है कि नहीं लगता? You feel bad or what? Honest, be honest. लगता है ना? That's
Lower
also
than
pressure,
average.
right? That's also competition, right?
Lower than average hits, but if it is like on a
Right.
normal scale,
So
it
what
doesn't
we
matter.
can do to reduce that stress? That's also stress, right? That's also competition.
Just don't think about social media.
Nice, nice, nice. Next question to you. What is that one suggestion you have for your friends to reduce stress? He spoke about, teachers. She told about principal. What about your friends?
Just don't think about social media.
Don't think about social media. Very clever, huh? These generations are like, they are so clever. Last question to you. Do you believe that conducting learning out of the classroom will increase collaboration and reduce stress? Learning out of the classroom.
Yes,
that
of
will
course.
that will reduce.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, your answer is yes. Thank you so much. Last panelist, Agrani. Your questions, are you ready? Yeah. Do you think social media with all other demands, just now what you said, creates stress in students' lives?
Yes.
Yes. If you're allowed to suggest one thing to our Prime Minister regarding the new education policy, what that will be? If you want to add one thing to the new education policy.
Maybe to edit something.
anything you want to edit, you can edit. What you have given the power.
I would say that the board exam should be only taken once, not twice, by shortening the syllabus.
See, you got the opinion of a student, right? We are actually shouting and screaming on that. Yeah, your last question here. How many of your friends actually want to take up education as a career?
I think 1 or 2 only.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Please tell them to meet me.
Sorry?
Please tell them to meet me afterwards. Thank you. A round applause for them. Right? That they were brilliant, so honest, so candid. So we have got 1.5 minutes left. We will not, finish after time. If you have got any question to the educators sitting there, you can ask now because it should be two-way. We are only asking questions. Okay, if you want any question for me, for the other educators sitting in the audience, please go ahead and ask anyone. 1.5 minutes we have. Please, this is a great opportunity, man. I'm telling you to ask questions. For them, but I would wait for them to ask question first because it always happens that an audience asking questions. Are you sure? Principals and teachers sitting here ask questions. This is the best, platform you will be getting, and that too getting recorded. Yep, please.
Yeah,
to anyone. Huh?
Okay. So this question is open for everybody. I would like to ask every teacher and principal over here, what do you think about making extra curriculum compulsory? What do you think about making extra curriculum compulsory?
So I think co-curricular or extracurricular is already compulsory. The problem we have is the balance. We give too much of importance to some typical subjects, core subjects like 7 periods, 8 periods in a week. If you don't give that, then the mathematics teachers will be in panic. What I'll be doing, So I think that balance is required. If anyone wants to answer this question, like they can. Yes, sir.
बट उसको बहुत ही लाइटली पढ़ाया जाता है जैसे कॉलेज में बिजनेस कम्युनिकेशन एक सब्जेक्ट होता है जो मैं पढ़ाता हूँ, राइट? उसको लोग बहुत लाइटली लेते हैं. उसको लगता है कि हाँ मार्क्स अच्छे आ जाएंगे, कुछ भी लिख दो. सबसे जरूरी चीज है कि हम टीचर्स को उसका इंपॉर्टेंस बताना, क्योंकि मॉरल साइंस ही जिंदगी में तुम्हें सबसे आगे बढ़ाएगा. आप 12th के बाद कोई पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट क्लास जब ज्वाइन करते हो, एक्चुअल मॉरल साइंस ही सिखा रहे हैं आपको. बट स्कूल में वो मॉरल साइंस को इतना लाइटली लिया जाता है कि हाँ ठीक है, तुम ये पढ़ लेना, ऐसा पढ़ लेना. हाउ कैन अ टीचर लाइक मी कैन आस्क यू, बेटा गोल सेटिंग का आंसर है, इसको याद कर लेना. आई कांट. इंस्टेड लाइक यहाँ पे अतुल जी और जितने पैनलिस्ट बैठे थे उन्होंने बोला था यू मस्ट बी क्लियर अबाउट योर व्हाई, एंड देयर इज नो नीड टू मेक थिंग्स कंपल्सरी. व्हेन यू participate in those things, automatically people try to understand that thing. Yes, this is more important, क्योंकि जब तुम लोग उसमें participate करोगे, उसका जब result आएगा, वो result बोलेगा, क्योंकि हर जगह result ही बोलता है.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, panelists. I think we are time's up. Like we need to finish this. Like, thank you so much.
But Mr. Bagchi, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Right? If you allow 2 minutes, I have a question to Devraj. Devraj, my question to you is, what's your favorite subject which you really like, and what's that subject what you don't like at all?
There is no subject I would say I don't like particularly in what I'm studying.
जैसे मैं I don't like maths. मुझे maths की क्लास को अटेंड करने में मेरा सर दुखने लग जाता था. तो तुम्हारे हिसाब से ऐसा कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है जिसको अटेंड करने में मजा नहीं आता?
To be honest sir, ऐसा मुझे नहीं मिला.
ऐसा कोई है आप में से? हाँ. English. So, what is your message to that teacher? Like, if I am your English teacher, what will be your message? I need to develop one thing in me so that I can make this subject interesting to you.
Okay, so English is a language, not a subject. You can't teach it. So if somebody asks me any question, like who is Toto? I'll say Toto is a naughty monkey. Have I seen Toto? So it really does not matter. Nobody is going to ask me who is Toto in my interview. English is a language. It should be treated as a language. There should be no examination in which you have to learn the question answers. Glossary is important and grammar is important, but question answers are not. So I think grammar should only be included.
So I need to develop in me as a teacher, like I should develop that curiosity in you. I should create that environment. Is it like that?
Yes, I think, but it would be better if literature was gone.
Okay.
Yeah, actually what she's trying to say, it's a part of her life, it's a part.
We just had a talk regarding that one. So if I would go with the favorite subject one that you asked, it would be computer science.
And what is your एक ऐसा point computer science के teacher ने उसको upgrade किया?
सर कंप्यूटर साइंस जो स्कूल में हो रहा है अभी, जो CBSE के अकॉर्डिंग चल रहा है, दैट हैज़ अ स्पेसिफाइड सिलेबस. बट इफ़ यू ओपन द क्वेश्चंस ऑन द नेट दैट आर एक्चुअली आज इन इंटरव्यूज, it doesn't relate to the course. It
Right.
is our knowledge in school is here, and what Google or Microsoft would expect, that is here.
Right.
So that is
Right. So
something
that's, yeah, we know the limitations of our boards and limitations of our, but school can do it. There is no harm in doing it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, which was concluded in time. So the credit goes to our super amazing moderator too. So please have your seats. We still have felicitation ceremony. Everybody please remain seated. And just to conclude the discussion, please take your seats. We are going to have felicitation too. So once again, applause for the super amazing moderator, because he carried it forward in a child-friendly manner. So it was so wonderful to see, but I would like to add a point here that she might not like the way language is taught, because you cannot teach language, but if you're teaching, if you're asking how or what is Toto, who's Toto, then you need to tell the Wizard of Oz. You have to teach the literature. So literature is taught, language should not. So that's the difference between language and literature. So language is a subject, literature is a subject, language is to be spoken, what we learn through our observation and all. So wonderful, amazing, and I'm sure I can see the future of, we are investing in the right hands. That's super amazing. So may I please carry forward the felicitation ceremony. I would request Captain Jason Thomas to please felicitate our moderator, Mr. Abhishek Bagchi. So please stay, we are going to have group picture also. Please stay, sir, for a while. I would request Mr. Pavan from Icon Academy to felicitate Agrani Rathore. Please stay, Rohit. I'm sorry you'll have to stand for some time. But I would request Ms. Nisha Lakhlani to please come on the stage and felicitate Vinisha Vadwani. Pavan, please stay. I would request Mr. Atul Bharat to please come on the stage and felicitate Atharva Maurya. I would request Ms. Ashwini Dekhane to please come and felicitate Devraj Therani. So we'll have two group pictures. One